This is RTV6 News at 6, working for you.
Only on RTV6, Muncie police officers are put on notice as Call 6 Investigates gets to the bottom of the problem.
The Muncie Police Department received a notice of violation after a state review found officers had used their equipment to inappropriately run the name of a man who was not a crime suspect, but a critic of city government.
This has silenced people. I absolutely have spoke to people who've said, I'm out, I'm done. I'm no longer willing to be involved because, I'm afraid.
Chris Bilbrey is a podcaster who can be a thorn in the side of Muncie politicians.
Perception is reality.
And I really want to get into tonight's episode. It's another big one.
His program, Perception is Reality, does not hide his personal outrage for Muncie city government, which is currently in the shadow of an FBI investigation. Bilbrey says after requesting documents about the city council, he began receiving several bizarre texts, which included details on his driver's license. He filed a public records request with Indiana State Police, questioning whether Muncie police officers had misused their computers to run a search on him on a system called IDAX.
You can't run, you're not supposed to be running yourself. You can't call me, can you run this John Doe and tell me if he's got anything? That's against the law. I can't run Donald Trump. If I run Donald Trump, that's a hit.
A state police review deemed that the Muncie Police Department was in violation of misusing the law enforcement record system.
There's basically a button.
We sat down with Muncie Police Chief Joe Winkle.
I think in these couple situations, they were trying to get information on someone that in that situation they shouldn't have been. There was no crime involved. They weren't investigating a crime, and these people have the right to not have this done to them.
The police chief sent out a memo to all officers on July the 24th. He could not share that internal memo with us, but he says it details the do's and the don'ts so that this does not happen again.
We certainly realize that we were wrong, and we think we've fixed this issue and should never happen again.
Are we on the side of the line that says this is Muncie, Indiana, America, and we can speak out how we want, whichever way we want, and should be left to do so unmolested, unbullied? Or is this the new norm, that you're going to be pulled over, you're going to be targeted, you're going to be harassed?
The notice of violation is among the lowest reprimands a police department can receive in this situation. But how common is this around the state? We'll have more on this developing story tonight on the news at 7.
A 19-year-old Bloomington man is accused of killing his girlfriend's 2-month-old baby in a fit of rage. Police arrested Dakota King last night after the baby arrived at IU Health Bloomington and died a short time later. Police say the baby had visible facial injuries, and King later admitted he became angry with the baby because the child would not stop crying. He says he pushed the baby's head into a pillow in the bassinet to stop the crying. And a Call 6 investigation into your child's safety in the classroom is prompting reaction tonight from the State House.
The Call 6 Investigates Kara Ketty found that Indiana has no requirements in place to have tornado shelters in schools, but one state lawmaker is already looking at changing that. Kara joins us right now with the very latest as to what she found out and some traction that this story is getting, Kara.
That's right, Raphael and Amanda. We sent our investigation into school tornado safety to state lawmakers, and we're already hearing back from some who want change. The Indiana Department of Homeland Security says Indiana is at high risk for tornadoes, meaning our schools have been hit and more will be damaged by tornadoes. Despite these risks, Indiana has no laws or building codes in place requiring schools to have tornado shelters. We found a bunch of other states with rules requiring shelters in newly constructed schools, including our neighbors in Illinois, Ohio, and Michigan. Adding a tornado shelter to a new building adds about 5% to the cost of the school. It also offers a lot more protection for students than just hunkering down in a hallway. Representative Randy Fry from Greensburg says a tornado touched down recently in his district. The chairman of the Veterans Affairs and Public Safety Committee says they've never had a discussion about tornado safety in schools, but says it's time they do so. Fry says requiring schools to include storm shelters in newly constructed schools will cost money, so they'll need to figure out how to pay for it.
Be that existing money could be channeled in that direction. We do provide money annually for school safety, and this is certainly school safety, so it'll be something to look at. But by the time the legislation would be drafted and the hearings take place and pass, we'll be pretty close to another budget cycle anyway.
Fry plans to reach out to the Indiana Department of Homeland Security for their input, as well as Salem schools. As we showed you last night in our investigation, Salem built a tornado safe room for Brady Shrum Elementary using a big chunk of federal grant dollars. Now, until Indiana changes its laws or building code to require storm shelters, schools can apply for FEMA funding to build shelters on their own.
So, Kara, these tornado shelters seem to add a lot of protection for schools and their students. So why are not more schools taking advantage of this funding?
Well, first of all, many just don't know about it. Also, the application is fairly intense. It takes a lot of time, up to a year to do. Plus, schools also have to put up a 25% match, so they would also have to come up with their own money. So a couple deterrents there. But as you just saw, state lawmakers are hoping that more schools will show some interest in doing so.
And Call 6 leading the way, finding solutions and getting answers. Kara, thank you so much.
And sunshine instead of storms today, and that will be the case over the next 5 days. We'll roll right through the first weekend of August with lots of sunshine and comfortable temperatures, relatively speaking. We'll be back into the middle to upper 80s. It's all about lower humidity now and a nice northwest breeze, 5 to 10 miles per hour. Hello, Kokomo, 77, 79 in Frankfurt. Temperatures to the south, low 80s. That about does it. Everybody will have a very comfortable evening. Skies will be clear. 71 at 11 o'clock tonight. We'll talk about weekend changes coming up.
This is something that impacts thousands of people in our city. It's a big problem here in Indianapolis, food insecurity. And RTV6's Stephanie Wade shows us how a new partnership between the ride-sharing app Lyft and the city will make sure that people can get to all of those grocery stores.
For just $2 round trip, a Lyft driver will pick you up at your home and take you to a nearby grocery store, one like A&E Meats and Produce on the east side.
Unfortunately, they closed Walmart on Franklin Road. That was my go-to store.
Once they leave, sometimes they don't come back.
There's no really grocery stores close that you can walk to. So, like me, we're on the way to the bus to get to Dollar General, you know, so I can get him some food.
That's what a lot of folks do on the east side. Take the bus to a nearby store if they don't have their own transportation.
That's what I do 90% of the time because I depend on my kids, but they all work.
In Indianapolis, 1 in 5 people live in a food desert, meaning it's difficult to find affordable, quality, healthy food. And that's what a new partnership between the ride-sharing app Lyft and the city aims to knock away at. There are 6 stores the Lyft Grocery Access Program will take people to once a week who live within a specific area.
Right now, this is just a trial basis. We're seeing how it works. So you have to live between 38 and 46th Street, in between German Church and Franklin Road.
Reverend Lola Bartlett with Mount Carmel Baptist Church is managing the program and in charge of getting the word out to families.
Going through the neighborhoods, handing out flyers, handing out cards. We're posting it on our website.
All people have to do is download the Lyft app, put in their address that will verify they're within the boundaries. Then the program will pop up as an option to select.
Just getting you back to forth and for $2, like, you can't beat it at all. Like, that is a blessing.
Working for you on the east side, Stephanie Wade, RTV6.
And so working for you, let's connect you to these services. People can sign up in person at Mount Comfort Baptist Church. And families must also take 3 short surveys during that 6-month pilot program.
The federal court in Indianapolis has a warning out tonight about a phone scam that can trick you into giving up personal info. The scammers are spoofing the number of the U.S. District Court, which is 317-229-3700. They may tell you you're under investigation, will be arrested, or that your Social Security benefits are at risk. The federal court warns consumers not to give out their personal info over the phone. The court will never ask for your banking information.
Still to come with the news at 6. How do you stop the teacher shortage? That's the dilemma for the state as some educators express concern about low pay despite the high rewards. You're watching the news at 6 on RTV6.
This is RTV6 News at 6, working for you.
An Indiana student returning to the classroom, but this time, she's the teacher.
Emily Wessel grew up in Wayne Township and is now teaching art at her former elementary school.
She returns to the classroom as schools across our state face a teacher shortage.
Tonight, she tells RTV6's Cameron Riddle why she wants to be a teacher when the challenges can be so tough.
The first day of school can be nerve-wracking for students for a lot of reasons. But today in Wayne Township, the first day of school feels a little different now that the student is now the teacher.
Everybody show me your paper.
In the seats of the classroom sits the future for the world. And today inside Westlake Elementary, that future is fully grown as former student Emily Wessel starts her first day as art teacher at the same school she attended as a kid. The Ben Davis and IUPUI graduate is joining an industry already facing a teacher shortage. Wessel, who originally went to college for nursing, says her former art teacher at Ben Davis inspired her interest in education. She says the strong support fuels her passion to do a job where the rewards don't come in cash.
It was a hard journey because everybody, you tell everybody you're going to be a teacher and they kind of knock you down a little bit. That everybody kind of says that teachers don't make very much money. But I knew that this was what I was passionate about.
Topping the challenges for Indiana teachers is pay. Data collected by Forbes puts Indiana teachers dead last for pay increases, a trend the Indiana Department of Education says the state has to end, and it starts with talking with legislators and teachers.
Asking them why you left the classroom, or why did you come back, or what are some of the things you struggle with.
Working for you in Wayne Township, Cameron Riddle, RTV6.
In Hiring Hoosiers, we work to connect you to job opportunities, resources, training, and education every day right here on RTV6.
And tonight, we're looking at a first-of-its-kind program for students in Monroe County. It allows them to earn certification to work in a field that is growing in demand due to our aging baby boomer population. Hoosier Hills Career Center is located in Bloomington. The Career Center serves nearly 700 students across several counties, including 9 different area high schools. Part of what they offer to health science students is Alzheimer's and dementia training for caregivers. The certification is important for future caregivers, but this training is about more than that.
We see such a need working with the long-term care community, whether it's facilities, long-term care facilities, or home care, that there's just such a lack of caregivers, and also caregivers that really understand dementia.
And people at Hoosier Hills wrote a grant with the Department of Workforce and were able to secure $1.2 million to serve students in programs like this, not only here, but in several career centers across the region. If you want to learn more about what they have to offer at Hoosier Hills and the people they serve, just go to hiringhoosiers.com. And tomorrow on Good Morning Indiana,
we'll talk more about jobs, and the Wahlburger family, Amanda, will be hiring Hoosiers. The Wahlburgers restaurant is coming to Hamilton County, to the city of Carmel. The casual dining burger place and bar will be part of a new retail and housing development at Carmel Drive and Range Line Road, expected to open in late 2020. Actors Donnie and Mark Wahlberg and their brother, executive chef Paul Wahlberg, are the founders and the owners of Wahlburgers, which is based near Boston and has 26 locations spread out over 19 states. And Kevin Gregory is buying our first dinner when they open. Thank you, Kevin. You're generous.
I think I just saw bacon on the air. that gets us ready for the state fair here as we get close to Friday, opening day. Temperatures below average next 2 days, and then we'll climb above as we head to the weekend. Storm Team 6 radar is going to get a break. We can power down for a while. Our rain chances minimal till probably Tuesday. Even then, it's not overwhelming, but Tuesday and Wednesday, our next best chance for any showers or thunderstorms. 81 in Indianapolis. It's our new high temperature for the day. Everywhere else, temperatures generally in the 70s. Terre Haute and Muncie both at 80, but 77, a level of comfort along 231 from Greencastle up to Crawfordsville, Linden, and then 79 in Lafayette. Let's jump to tomorrow. More of the same. Really, each day we'll enjoy partly to mostly sunny skies. We'll add a little heat each day, warmth I would call it, as temperatures slowly creep back into the middle to upper 80s. Nice breeze tomorrow. It'll be out of the northeast, 10, maybe 15 miles per hour. are at its strongest. Temperatures from north to south will let you look around with low humidity will feel fantastic. 84 in Bedford and Seymour tomorrow. Metro area about the same as today. We're at 81 today. 82 should do it for tomorrow. Friday, big day at the Indiana State Fair. We'll see you there. RTV6 day, and it's band day as well. Here's your hourly forecast, and during the afternoon hours, you definitely need the sunscreen if you're not ducking into the buildings very often, as the sun will dominate, and temperatures in the 80s. There we go. 85 in Greenwood, 84 Bloomington and Columbus. Into the weekend, temperatures on Sunday warmer than Saturday. Humidity levels pretty constant or flat. They're not really climbing with the temperature too much. Early next week, temperatures upper 80s Monday with that slight chance of thunderstorms arriving as we get to Tuesday and Wednesday. Here's your rather quiet, calm, and nice 7-day planner. Temperatures in the 60s for lows and 80s generally for highs. Last day of weather camp for the summer. Hamilton East Public Library. We were there today. There are different charges in the atmosphere. I like that. You create positive and negative charges. Just let it sit there. Rub your hands together. Now, wave your hands in the air. Now look at your hands. Where is it? What happened? It evaporated. 3, 2, 1. In one breath, we filled the bag of air by changing the pressure. Here we go. You ready? As the pressure changed and the egg was sucked in the bottle. We want a big blue H on the map. That's going to bring nice weather, fair weather, lots of sunshine. The wind may be out of the south. As we go 5,000 feet, it might be out of the southwest. Then as we go higher, turns to the west, and it increases speed with height. And that creates what we call a rotating updraft. First, we're going to make it rain with small raindrops. Large raindrops are flat on the bottom and round on top. They look like falling hamburger buns. Anytime you can throw food, hamburger buns, that's a popular thing to do. So great day. They actually start school tomorrow. All right. Yeah, so back at it.
I hope they're not taking those lessons to dinner tonight. Mom's not going to be so happy.
A great time at camp all the time. Kevin, thank you so much.
Another camp's going on. Dave.
I'm jealous. Throwing hot dog buns, hamburger buns. Well, hey, good evening. A little quieter morning today than yesterday at Colts Camp. Team wrapping up its first full week with its second of 3 straight morning workouts, and all, of course, this week, at least so far, without Andrew Luck. No new news on that front. He continues to walkthroughs and the upper body workouts, while his lower leg and strained calf continues to heal. And by the way, T.Y. Hilton, Jack Doyle also on rest days today. So at quarterback, all eyes on Jacoby Brissett. Shades of 2017, certainly, but Luck is there too.
You know, he's here every day. He has to. It's training camp. You get fined if you're not, right? So he's still around. You know, he's still, you know, he still is contributing, yes.
Obviously, yeah, we want Andrew out there, but, you know, when a guy's getting significant reps and getting those the timing down with the receivers and the snap count and the cadence and the calls down with the center and the offensive line, I mean, that's invaluable, and I think Jacoby's handled it well and really has you know, what I think he's really done is gain the trust of everybody in the offensive huddle.
Another 9 a.m. workout tomorrow. It is open to the public. Meanwhile, there's no question the NBA rosters are sometimes like family, but this upcoming season for the Pacers, well, that idea is going to be taken to a whole new level. It's all thanks to the addition of Justin Holiday. He's the 30-year-old brother of Pacers guard Aaron Holiday. Justin eking a 1-year, $4.8 million deal. The 6'6" guard played with the Bulls and the Grizzlies just last season, averaged 11 points and 4 boards. Remember, add in the Pelicans' Drew Holiday. Justin says there's many benefits to joining brother Aaron here.
My brother-in-law actually said this is good for your dad because he actually gets back 7 days of his life. And no, my brother-in-law is very, very smart, but this is, I guess the way he did the calculations is true because my dad watches literally all of our games. Even if they're going at the same time, he will watch them after another one, record them, sometimes watch them more than once. Then he travels to all of us. Now he gets to just travel one place. He gets to take a whole extra season out the way because I'm here. So yeah, we're saving my dad some life, so that's good.
All kinds of benefits. Hope you join us tonight on the news at 11. Our Sports Extra spotlight on 15-year-old Robert Noaker. He drives in the IndyCar-sanctioned Global MX-5 Cup. He's in the Guinness Book of World Records for youngest winner in the series. Won again over the weekend at Mid-Ohio. His future incredibly bright, young and restless indeed. Tonight on the news at 11. Hey, finally tonight, first and foremost from Cincinnati last night. Everyone's talking about this. Reds pitcher Amir Garrett goes after the entire Pirates dugout. This all stems from some of the headhunting by the Pirates pitching staff, really all season long, not just last night. Then there's Reds manager David Bell, who was already thrown out of the game, his 8th ejection of the season. Runs back out on the field and goes after Bucks manager Clint Hurdle. So hang tight on the suspensions. By the way, the two teams played again this afternoon. Reds won today 4-1. Racing's 15-year-old phenom tonight at 11. Until then, the news at 6 continues after this.
August 2nd through 18th.
We'll stair-step the temperatures over the next several days. 88 on Monday, that's our peak, and that's without excessive humidity. But tomorrow, brand new month, guys.
All right.
Here we go.
Great. What happened in July?
I know.
See you tonight at 7. Goodbye.